Good afternoon, everybody. It's your host, Hảo Trần. Today's webinar, and we're going to be talking about cloud computing, about data. Today we have two experts. Huynh, he is a digital transformation consultant at FPT Software. And then we have Doran Sachar. He is the CEO and founder of Renova Cloud. Why is moving to the cloud a better choice for unifying and managing data?
It allows you to have one unified perspective of all your data across. So it's not broken up into silos. It makes managing that data much more easier. So all their data is in systems, and that would be put through algorithms that try to figure out like, okay, what patterns, how long does it take, and try to really think of it from a data perspective with how could I best optimize costs instead of doing it manually by hand with Excels. Sometimes that can really bring up the risk of mistakes. And if a system does it, it's fairly, input, process, and then output.
When people ask me a lot, why should I move to the cloud? And I told them, you shouldn't. If you don't know where you want to be, stay as you are. It's fine. However, if you want to launch a new services and you want to try them in the market, you must do that on the cloud, because in some way, one of these services can be very, very successful. So you need to scale it up.
It kind of changes your focus, right? So now they don't have to focus on operations. They can focus on actually generating business. So now you can try to get ahead of the game by controlling production and really sourcing those things, because you forecast your sales and you can do more precise planning. And then from there, you can really decrease your costs, right? If some products are not selling that well, figure out why these other products are selling, or maybe there's some seasonality to it. So you become much more efficient with production, with sales, and really get agile.
Is there any limit for cloud storage?
There's no limit. Each sector and each industry required its own governance and regulation. Of course, if you are a financial sector, you don't want to expose your customer data on different kind of silos, or even on cloud that is not secure or is not under the full regulation. But on the other hand, if you are in less sensitive industry, you can make it in somehow. So it depends.
We have a logistics optimization AI algorithm that will basically optimize drivers, deliveries, the right movement, the right transportation, groupings, so that they're on the right places at the right time with as minimal cost as possible. And we saw the benefits of up to 80% reduction in transportation costs.
What kind of risks could happen to the cloud service, particularly in Vietnam?
But it's definitely much more secure than keep your data on-prem. There are cases that the data leaking can happen. Generally, when data out or data leaking or anything like that is from quite simple occasion. If you follow the best practice, even if you are a very small company, you can almost secure your data in a very, very good way, in a very high capability that there is almost no risk. There are different reasons that cloud can fail, and one of the reasons is that there is no synchronization inside the company. It needs to be aligned. And if you are not aligned and only part of the organization take part of this kind of so-called digitalization or cloud, it will fail, because the cloud or all this kind of digitalization is part of the whole organization and it's cross over the whole organization. So if there is a resistance from one department, it definitely wouldn't work.
Other things that I would say would increase that failure rate is the hype of implementing something just because of the technology instead of thinking of the end
Absolutely.
solution. And this happens a lot. It's like,
It's happened a lot.
I want to use cloud because, you know, that's the thing everyone's doing. But like, why?
I think that concludes today's webinar, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting this webinar between FPT Software and Vietcetera. We'll see you guys next time.